Namaste children. This video is for class 9th Andhra Pradesh State Syllabus students. Chapter 2 Games and Sports Adverbial Clauses. Look at the following sentences taken from the lesson. As he raced down the golden-lined wheat fields, he would always outrun the locomotives passing by. As he raced down the golden-lined wheat fields. Adverbial clause of time. Dependent clause or subordinate clause. He would always outrun the locomotives passing by. Main clause or independent clause. When he heard the singing in some distance, robins in flight, he knew it was his time to fly. When he heard the singing in some distance, robins in flight, adverbial clause of time or dependent clause or subordinate clause. He knew it was his time to fly, main clause or independent clause. Since the other Walter had fewer misses, Michael needed to clear this word to win. Since the other Walter had fewer misses, adverbial clause of reason or dependent clause or subordinate clause. Michael needed to clear this word to win, main clause or independent clause. As long as Michael could remember, he had always dreamed of flying. As long as Michael could remember, adverbial clause of time, dependent clause or subordinate clause. He had always dreamed of flying, main clause or independent clause. As soon as he landed on the inflated landing mat and with the crowd on its feet, Michael immediately began preparing for his next attempt at flight. As soon as he landed on the inflated landing mat and with the crowd on its feet, adverbial clause of time, dependent clause or subordinate clause. Michael immediately began preparing for his next attempt at flight, main clause or independent clause. As he lay on his back and heard the crowd groan, he knew the other Walter had missed his final jump. As he lay on his back and heard the crowd groan, adverbial clause of reason, dependent clause or subordinate clause. He knew the other Walter had missed his final jump, main clause or independent clause. Complete the following sentences with appropriate adverbial clauses. The teacher entered the class when all the students sat silently. The dog ran into a speeding car whenever something had crossed fast. I was in deep sleep until I was woken up. Someone knocked at the door while I was taking my bath. The crowd cheered Michael Stone as soon as he cleared the mark. It is high time. The cricket board thought of different alternatives as senior players have some unauthentic demands. Adverb clauses of time tell us about when something happens. We can use conjunctions like when, whenever, before, after, as, while, until, as soon as, and since. Susie always takes a bath before she goes to bed. Will you wait here until I am ready? Sidhu was not at home when Raja came to see him. I saw our English teacher while he was crossing the road. After I have finished my work, I will accompany you to the park. Whenever I think of my granddaughter, I get a new spontaneous energy. Do it before you forget. I have not been keeping well since I returned from Hyderabad. Thank you for watching the video.